So we're here today to do our post-conference. We did this about a month ago on our pre-conference, and we're going over our coaching cycle, and we're just kind of updating and seeing how that goes. And I really appreciate you being here with me and doing all this hard work. So we'll jump right in. So when reflecting on this coaching cycle and the implementation of the 2G3 standard, which is our second grade fraction standard, what are some things that went well, and what are some things that I can help you to improve upon?
So I think, you let me use these manipulatives for the fractions, them actually being able to see them and have the hands-on experience. I think that helped them a lot. During large group instruction, it worked well for me to be able to use these first to show them and then kind of break them apart so that they could do it as well.
Right.
I think that these are super helpful when I implement Tier 1 instruction so that all the students are able to get a fresh look at what we're working on.
Okay.
It's so good to see like when it clicks and they understand it. But it's also helpful for me to see the kids that still need a little help and where I need to go from there. And so that's why when we talked in the very beginning, we had our first meeting and we talked about how there were ways you could help me kind of pull those groups. That definitely did help while teaching us.
Yes, because we took and we looked at the pre-assessment data and we broke them into those groups, and we decided who probably needed more small group instruction and who needed, could probably just handle the large group instruction, a few assignments, and just go from there. So yeah, I could see that being great. So what were some of the instructional techniques that you felt were needed to be successful?
For sure, the lessons that mix like the visual learning, the videos, the songs.
Right.
We both agree that the songs help our kids. I've found that it's always good and helpful to provide learning opportunities in a variety of ways, just because we know that not all student learns the same way.
Right.
Of course, the small group interventions and working closely with the students was also helpful too.
That's awesome. I think I find that helpful too as a teacher. So what additional observation and lessons, or maybe demonstration lessons or resources are needed for you to feel like this went well, that they're really gaining this standard that we've been working on?
For my Tier 4 students, it's probably a good idea to continue this instruction during their service time. I love the Play-Doh activities, just because they seem to do good with those activities, and the partitioning with the Cheez-Its that we did together.
Right, yeah, that was fun. So are you feeling nervous about anything going forward? Anything specifically I can help you with? I know we're getting down to it.
Yeah, no, I feel more confident in my instruction and giving the students what they need as learners.
Okay, that's awesome. I think this year's been a great learning experience for you, and you've really done a great job. So what impact did this coaching cycle have on your student learning?
It definitely showed me, like how I should handle each kind of cycle that we do, even if it's not the same standard. It just in a whole taught me, the correct steps to take to be able to meet their needs in the end.
Yeah, I love looking at like everything as a whole and then breaking it down into separate parts and making sure everybody's on the same page. And by doing that, you're able to really hone in on what they need. So when looking, you have our assessment data right here. When looking at our pre-assessment data and our post-assessment data, I was really pleased with how well that they worked to meet the goal we set for them. We really wanted everybody meeting or exceeding that standard. And in the end, we had 90% of the students that were assessed that were meeting or exceeding the learning target that we set for this standard. When we looked at the 10% of the students that didn't meet, that was 5% of Tier 4 students, and then 5% of those students that were already identified with math as needing some more RTI time or maybe some more intense interventions. So, when looking at a whole, we could kind of make sure that those students can get more instruction. But I was really pleased with our results, and I think you and I talked about some ways that we can make sure they get that standard in the future, even going forward.
Right.
So let's see. So just to wrap it up here, I just want you to know that I have loved working with you as a coworker. We're on the same team. We're on our second grade team. I love teaching second grade, by the way. You know, as this class, I've had to use the role as a coach and, you know, step out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I do want you to know I'm always here for you. Math is my thing. I really love math. So if there's anything I can do, anything I can help you with going forward, of course, work with our interrelated teacher to get those Tier 4 students to keep working on this standard, and even those RTI students, we're gonna keep on keeping on. But thank you for all your hard work and making this happen.
Thank you for helping me.
Of course.